5 years ago, I was living a life that seemed normal to most. I was married, had the house, the job, the family and friends. But what most people didn't know that was for those 7 years that I was married, my husband was physically and mentally abusing me. I became a shell of my former self. I was completely broken, and I knew I needed to get out. So when I finally got the courage, I left. During my divorce, everything changed. Shortly after I started that new life, I ended up pregnant. And quickly I had to give up everything that I'd ever known. I was put on church discipline for the choices that I was starting to make in my new life. And I know that most people wouldn't understand what I mean by that, but imagine that all of your closest family and friends treat you like you're dead. You're not allowed to contact them, and they can't contact you. During the 9 months that I was pregnant, my 3 siblings never contacted me, never saw me, and my own mother only saw me 3 times. And that was a time when I needed my family the most. I distinctly remember leaving the hospital, feeling so lost, confused, alone. I was penniless, and I had to move back in to my parents' house at the age of 29. It was the biggest pride hit of my life. The depression that followed was like trying to tread water in tar. It was literally choking the life out of me. I had very few visitors, and even though I lived in my parents' house, my mother wouldn't interact with me at all because of the church. I lived very isolated. I didn't talk to people. I never slept, and I became anorexic. Despite all these challenges, I finally started getting comfortable with being a mom, and I learned how to take care of my son. I never wanted him to see me sad, so I promised that no matter how sad I got, I would never let him see me cry. His smile was warming my dying heart, and he became my reason for living, and I knew I had to get healthy for him. Shortly after he turned 1, I was allowed to join the church again, and I could rekindle any of those friendships that I had to put on hold for those 2.5 years. It was like being resurrected, and it sounds very joyful, but for me it wasn't. I quickly learned how hard it was to try to pick up where you would leave off with people so long ago. I was reborn, but I was someone new, and people from my past could no longer relate to the new me, and even my siblings are having a hard time and have never really accepted who I am. So I decided to move on again. I started working, and I got remarried to a man that is helping me become the person I never knew I could be. The other day I was riding home in the car with my son. He was falling asleep, and I could only see little glimpses of his face in the passing street lights. I instantly became emotional and thought of the most bittersweet thing. If I would have given up that first year of his life like I wanted to so many times, look at how short that glimpse of his life would have been. No one will probably understand how hard those years were for me, but I'm proud of who I am for the first time ever. I've been humbled by life, but I'm forever thankful for my future and any who are a part of it. My name is Susan, and I am human.